if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, there is so many things you need to do. That is a lot of work. You are managing, but you realize that every day that passes, you're getting tired and tired. This video is for you. Have a seat. Let's talk. Please forget my manners if I'm eating my dinner while I'm speaking with you. I'm really hungry right now. I finished a stream on Twitch a few moments ago, and today I was feeling tired. So I thought this is a good time to talk about this. You know, I think working hard in life is important. I think giving our best into our passions and the things that we like really is a great way of growing and developing who we are, enriching our soul or our mind, whatever you believe in. Working hard is a good thing if you feel that you are happy with what you're working in and you feel rewarded. So, this video topic begins like this. Why do you work so hard on the things that you like? In my case, I do because I want to leave my mark just by making content that I like. It all began 3 years ago and a few months back when I began my vtubing career. I didn't really know much about it, but then I started learning how to stream, how to make my own content. Up until very recently, I started working on this ASMR channel, the one you're watching right now, and I found like a calling, you may say, that this is the right thing for me to do alongside with my regular content, streams, giants videos and whatnot. For me, making ASMR videos is a gratification of my soul because I know that some people may listen to this and they may find a moment of peace and quiet. I recognize that nowadays everyone is really stressed, everyone is working really hard. Things in the world are very upside down. But let's also take a moment to reflect in our future. This conversation is to try to get you to understand that it's fantastic to work really hard on the things you like, but you should also allow yourself some time to rest. In my case, for example, I struggle a lot with the idea of resting. I always have to be doing something. I always have to be being productive, making new content, expanding my social media, etc., etc. And I see results into the things that I do. But I also recognize that content creation is an endless grind. It will never end. And the moment I stop working on it, I'm pretty sure people will simply just move on into other content creators that are more consistent and dedicated. It is under this understanding on how content creation works and the pressure behind it that I have found joy in making content of all sorts of of all different type of content, gaming, ASMR, and streaming, community times on Discord, and more, to fulfill my desire for keeping expanding who I am. The reward of working hard into something that I like, it's unmeasurable. And I'm pretty sure you feel the same way when you accomplish something you have been working really hard. However, I have also come to understand that if we do not allow ourselves proper time to rest, we are doomed. This is delicious. Let me explain what I mean. If you work hard all your life, there will be a point in time in which you will realize that life has slipped through your fingers like sand or water. You will realize that while you have been able to accomplish many great things, you are no longer youthful, you are no longer energetic, and the more years pass, the more you start caring for your health. Your body doesn't respond the same way, and your mind either. It is under these circumstances that sometimes we just need to stop in life. I have said this many times before, but sometimes we do need to stop, disconnect ourselves from everything and everyone for a day, to appreciate a sunny day, a cold winter day, to appreciate the wind, the sounds of nature, to go out on a vacation. We are not machines. We are not designed to be working endlessly and tirelessly. We are meant to enrich ourselves through art, music, sport, lectures, knowledge, learning something. However, of course, in this society that we live, that is really hard to do. It's almost impossible because most people find refuge within distractions such as gambling and alcohol and many other things that could be even worse. A form of escapism from their day-to-day, which is tiresome, boring, monotonous, and repetitive. You know, I was there as well. Before I decided to create a career as a content creator and embark myself in the full-time content creation, I used to work in an office. I remember liking only the first 6 months of that job because I felt that I learned new things. I felt that I could do things and I was excited for the next day. Eventually, something happened and I no longer could tell each day apart. I remember there was a time in which I even did not even remember going home. I remember how bad it was when one day after arriving at my job, my mind didn't register the change of days. I was so tired. I remember getting sick once every decision of quitting in order to pursue something that I didn't know was going to work, that I didn't know was going to yield results. And I quit. I quit because my health, my mind, I felt like my spirit could no longer handle it. You know, in this regard, I consider myself to be very weak because I have seen a lot of people that can keep doing the same job for years even if they're unhappy. I'm assuming, and this is a big assumption, maybe because they have already acquired debt by buying a house, starting a family, getting a car. So they no longer have that choice of just saying no more and quit. When I quit, of course I was like really like young, and I didn't have any of those responsibilities. So for me it was like, whatever, you know, I'm still living with my parents kind of thing. My dad was furious. How could you quit your job? We thought you were gonna stay at the job for the rest of your life. They give you insurance, they give you benefits. It's a great company. Why would you quit? My family was upset, but I just told them that I needed time and I will find something. Luckily they didn't pressure me, but I was still in need, of course, of making more money because I couldn't live off my savings for too long. So I began streaming. Yes, I did the worst decision possible, which is quit your job and then begin streaming. However, I had saved money, so I could actually sustain myself for quite a few months. And luckily for me, my streaming career has been a positive one. Slowly, like really slowly. I have never had the luxury of being noticed by massive large creators, being invited to anything like that, or getting clipped by people that have millions of followers. So I have always had to work myself through where I am, you know. But I have made amazing friends as well, that I'm sure without them I wouldn't be able to even dream to be where I am right now. So everything is appreciated. I guess I have always had this feeling that I need to work really hard on things because no one is gonna give me anything, and no one needs to give me anything. I don't think to be entitled to people's time or money. But it is this self-pressure that I always constantly must be making something, and I think is why I'm making this video. And back to the beginning of the topic, which is basically, yes, working hard for your dreams is important, especially when a lot of things are on the line. But as you progress, you can allow yourself, and you should allow yourself, moments of breaks, moments of rest, moments to be happy and do nothing, and also moments to learn new things. For example, now, a month ago or less, a few weeks ago, I have begun learning Japanese, and I did something really stupid, which is enlist myself in 3 lessons a week, which to a person that works, that doesn't have a streaming job, that's like, oh yeah, that's pretty okay. In my case, it's not, because those 3 days a week, plus homework and research, and then myself a little too hard by trying to handle learning a new language and my content creation career. So luckily I was able to talk to the Language Institute and they told me that I can just swap over to a once a week lessons. That way I can keep learning, I can keep feeling happy about it, I can keep enriching myself and having a lot more time for myself. A lot less stress in life is important. Let me ask you something. Does anything that I have said resonated with who you are right now? Are you perhaps about to take a very important decision that could change your life? Quitting a job you don't like to have a better lifestyle? Or have you already found that amazing thing that you like doing, but you're working too hard to the point that you're feeling exhausted? If either of these makes sense to you, please take my advice. Yes, if you're working in a job you don't like, it's a good idea to try to move away from it slowly and gradually by saving, having, a huge cushion of money that can allow you to survive for a year or months so that you can rest and then find something else. Or you can also find something else, then quit and find a better job. Don't be like me and take the leap towards an unknown future, because maybe it is thanks to the fact that I have creativity and luck that I was able to thrive as a streamer. But I'm pretty sure that it's also a universe in which I didn't make it as a streamer and I'm probably in a really bad position financially. Now luckily this is not the case for me. Be smart with your choices. And on the other side of the coin, if you're currently overworking yourself because you need to prove yourself or you want to keep growing or you want to keep achieving, it's fine. But learn to stop. Learn to relax and appreciate everything you have around you. Everything you have accomplished. It's amazing, and if you don't stop every now and then, you might lead yourself to a burnout, which later translates into something really sad, which is hating what you like the most. Don't let that happen to you. Burnouts happen quite often if you're not paying attention. I recommend that a vacation, changing your routine, going to different new places, trying new things. It's one of the best ways you have. In the topic of burnout, remember that we always will find happiness in the things that we like. But if the things that we like become a chore, eventually you will grow bored of it. You will no longer want to do it. It's called exhaustion. You probably know what I'm talking about. If you think about a favorite video game that you used to play, online services, very grindy stuff, you have to do daily missions, weekly missions, monthly missions. It takes a long time to do a lot of things. And you feel happy doing so, but eventually it just becomes boring and you quit. Maybe you need to quit for a year or two and then return to it. Consistency is gonna reward you greatly. If you manage to keep working on something while maintaining a good state of mind, you're gonna go farther than working really hard on something. huge problem that I have found with a lot of people that start making content and are not sure how to make content is that they start super motivated, super happy. They start super strong, energetic, and 3 months later they quit. They no longer want to do anything anymore because they didn't see results, or they didn't see it was not what they were expecting. You know, the reason why I'm posting one ASMR video a week on this channel is because for me, that is my formula for success on talking to you on a weekly basis. Yes, I do stream 5 times a week on Twitch, but that is a whole different thing. I'm talking about ASMR, and what I have been able to recognize that works for me is one post a week and one short a week. That's it. I could do 2, I could do 3, I could do 4 ASMRs a week and probably grow faster. But if I do so, I feel like I'm gonna burn out so quickly, and my ASMR channel will slowly be forgotten. While this formula of one post a week is slow, for me it's efficient because I also have a lot of other things to do. And very soon I will be beginning a new YouTube channel with a whole different approach. So I do have a busy schedule, I do have always a busy agenda, but I think of myself at least to be emotionally mature enough to be able to tell when enough is enough and what is my pace that I can grow at. You know, despite everything, if this sounds familiar to you, try to regulate the amount of things you do and organize yourself. If you wanna go fast to a place, do it often. But if you wanna go far and never get tired, do it slowly and consistently. It's gonna take a while, yes. Does it require patience? Yes. And those 2 things, consistency and patience, way often tend to be things people hate because everyone wants the quick gratification. A lot of people seek the I want everything right now, or I don't want it later kind of mentality. You know, as I said in the beginning of the video, we are not machines. Unless of course you're a cyber. We are not machines. We are meant to create. We are meant to expand who we are, our soul, our mind, through art, through the crafting of our content or our happiness. Not enslave ourselves by the work we have to do. You know what I'm saying? I hope it makes sense. I hope it's not just rambling or yapping. Now if you ask me, well, it's easier said than done. You know, not everyone knows how to start a YouTube channel. Not everyone is charismatic or can entertain over 100 people on a stream for hours and hours. That's true. You have to be honest about your talents. You have to be honest about who you are as a person. You have to be honest about if you can do it. And there are multiple paths to the same destination. Just because you see somebody playing games on stream 6 hours a day and somehow posting in multiple YouTube and social media, that doesn't mean you have to follow those footsteps. There are many sounds rather than your voice. There are many ways in the internet right now to explore who you are and grow as a person. There is an endless ways to make it, and I'm trying to tell you this not to overwhelm you or to scare you, but to motivate you to begin your own journey if you want. Now don't get me wrong, when you're gonna learn, as you learn, you might make mistakes. Maybe on your first project, your first YouTube channel, your first TikTok, your first Twitch account, you try it and you realize no one cares. That's fine. What you must do is realize your mistakes, start again, rebrand yourselves, and go ahead and continue. Persistence and determination will always grant you favorable results. It's a mathematical fact. The more you try, the more chances you have to succeed. And yes, some people make it on the first try, and some people have to fall 100 times only to make it on the next one. It's just everyone is different. There is not a single formula for success. Everyone needs to learn. Some people have better knowledge at how to market themselves. Some people have more talents at entertaining. Some people have more talents at making art and music. Find that which makes you happy. What is your calling? What you are meant to be doing? And then craft it, improve it, and show it to the world in the form of content creation. You will soon find that if you are passionate, if you are happy, if you are full of energy and love for the things that you do, people will come around you without even you asking them. I think there is nothing more attractive in this life than someone that has clear goals, dreams, and actively work towards that. But obviously, to know what you are meant to do as your dreams or your goals, you must begin asking yourselves the big questions. Who are you and what do you want? Only then, once you start answering these little hard questions, you will know your way, and people will gravitate towards you naturally because they see a passionate, happy, dedicated, and determined person working for what they like, and they want to be part of that study. Learn to understand, and if you have never faced yourself with the questions of who you are and what do you want, don't be afraid. That question usually changes and is always flexible, the answer. Over time, you will find pieces of answers to the question. One day, you wanna be a musician and you follow that. In 5 years, you change and you want to do sports. 5 years from then, you become, I don't know, a chef, a streamer. You become a lawyer. You can learn anything and be anything. I'm encouraging you, I hope, to realize that never is too late to begin. Even if you are past your 30s and everyone around you has already married, have a house, a car, they're traveling, and you're still living with your parents, that doesn't matter. You can still take everything in your hands and change and improve. Even if you're past your 40s or 50s and your body aches, your health is deteriorating because you didn't take care of yourself, you didn't exercise, you started to smoke young, you can still turn things around. The thing is, a lot of people get used to and they grow complacent because they think they're gonna live forever. No one questions in their mind, what if I will die in the next week? You know, if you knew that answer and you are told that's gonna happen to you within 7 days or a month, you will probably change a lot of how you appreciate life. You will go out, you will relax, or maybe you will stress and panic. Nobody knows. What I'm trying to tell you this is not to scare you or put you down. It's to make you wake up and realize that you have the chance to change everything. You always have the chance to change everything. Never doubt it. There is a new day tomorrow for you to make a new beginning, and sure, changes happen gradually. Just because tomorrow you wake up motivated, it doesn't mean that you're gonna have an amazing life in the future. But if you can be persistent with this motivation, and every day you start improving little things about yourself, and then once you improve them, you maintain them over the days and the weeks and the month, which is really hard because we just get bored of things, then maybe you will start seeing life in a different light. I am hopeful that this video will reach you. Maybe you did not sleep through it, or maybe you did, but I am hopeful that you are able to comprehend. And in case you're feeling like you're sad, depressed, anxious, and nothing makes sense and you just wanna give up, I hope this video at least shows you that you can make it. It's not gonna be easy. Nothing in life that is worth it is easy. I know it kinda sucks to say, but the harder something is to obtain, the more rewarding it is to have it. Getting sleepy. But it's true. If everything is given to you for free, if everything is given to you without effort, you do not value it. You will never understand the great value of purchasing your own house. If you never had to work really hard for many years to pay it, you will never understand the great value of growing a YouTube channel. If everything is just granted to you for free, if you celebrate your first subscriber, your first 10 subscribers, that is a huge milestone. Let's be appreciative of what we achieve in life. Let's keep working hard for our dreams. Let's keep making ourselves better, or at least not worst. And let's keep trying our best. But also, let's learn to relax. Let's learn to stop, to take a deep breath. I have stuffy nose, sorry. Let's take a moment to just drink some water or make yourself some hot tea. That's it. The beauty of life, as far as I understand, lies in the seconds that you are most aware about everything around you. The beauty of life lies in realizing all the little things that happens around you. The sounds of the earth, the birds, the wind, the rain, the crickets, the sound of your own heart, the sound of your breathing, sound of the clothes on your body as you touch them, how it feels, the tingly sensation to touch your own hands and rub them together, you know, the feeling of grabbing your own face and realizing this is who I am, and telling yourself that maybe this whole thing we're experiencing right now is amazing, is marvelous. It's a miracle that we are alive. Let's learn to value this. Let's learn to appreciate it. And let's learn to share our happiness with other people as well. Because when we make those around us happy, we thrive. When we make those around us feel safe, they also grow. I don't know how you see content creation, but I think it is a huge responsibility. Myself, being able to talk to so many people every day, having to show emotional maturity, having to know how to conduct myself through great times and bad times, having to the ability to inspire other people to chase their own dreams just by simply believing in them, because I might be someone people look up to. It's something I'm always gonna cherish and treasure and protect. And I hope this video finds you well. And if it doesn't, I hope you can feel better eventually. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I really appreciate your time. Really appreciate your patience. I really appreciate everything you do. I will be seeing you all next weekend. I purchased bubblegum, and in my next ASMR video I'm gonna be chewing on bubblegum and maybe blowing some bubbles, maybe with eco and without eco. We'll see how things go. I thank you again. Here is for a better day tomorrow. Here it is for a wonderful life. And here it is for hope, happiness, and wellness. Healthy life, happiness for you. Best wishes to all my beautiful potatoes watching. I appreciate you so much. Good night. Get some sweet rest.